All right, Jim Nantz joins us now. He gets the right to bring this game, or the privilege to bring this game to the nation today, along with Phil Simms. Jim, welcome. How are you?
Well, you said it right. That's what I've been telling myself since we got the matchup last week. What an honor it is to be here for this one. You don't ever know if you'll see it again, and I think you summed it up, how big it is, how weighty it is. These two legends collide, and I can't wait just to sit back, not only call the game, but just watch it as a fan. It's going to be something special.
All right, now you can give us a little different view than most, because you not only get to meet with these guys, but you know both of them very, very well for a long time. So let's take Brady first. How'd you find Brady this week?
Well, we have done now, I believe it's somewhere in the neighborhood of 70 New England games in the last 10 years. Obviously, I don't pick the games that we get assigned, but it's just worked out that way. They've been more or less our flagship team of our AFC package, and for good reason, with all their winning. I have never seen Tom Brady as confident as he was when we met with him Friday night. They flew in here Friday night, and he's a composed guy. He's a fiery guy, and he's a whole lot tougher than anybody ever knows, unless you're on his team. But there was something about his way on Friday night that I really, truly have never seen before, Mike. And, I've been trying to interpret it now since then for the last 36 hours. They don't give us the game plan. Sometimes the coach will let us know kind of what they're going to do and how they're going to come out and, their plan of attack. They didn't give us any of that. But I interpreted Brady's actions this way. I think they're coming out throwing the football. I think that all of this talk for the last 3 weeks about, going back to their win at Baltimore in Week 16, Buffalo in bad weather Week 17, terrible weather in the game against Indianapolis. Obviously, LeGarrette Blount has starred, and Brady hasn't thrown for 200 yards in any one of those 3 games, and everybody's talking about now the Patriots' power attack. I don't think that's the way they're going to go today, but it's just a hunch. I truly don't have anything more than that off of what I just felt in that meeting.
All right, so Brady enormously confident, very confident, unusually confident would be a good way to put it, right? Unusually confident.
I've had unusual. I've had 70 instances to sit down with him before a game, and I'm not sure I've ever seen him at that state.
All right, now you have Manning, who clearly has the pressure far more on him, and probably unfairly, but that's the way it is. That's life in the big city. He's got the favorite. He's home, and he is the guy who comes under postseason scrutiny. So how did you find Peyton Manning?
Much more business as usual, which, again, there's nothing wrong with that. He didn't match at least the way that Brady kind of expressed his just downright excitement and glee and readiness for this game. He was much more businesslike, and it's the Peyton Manning I've seen so many times in his career preparing for any game. So, and I can't give you any read on that, except I did talk to him about the whole retirement issue, and I got a better sense of that after visiting with Peyton. And my belief now is he's probably going to come back and play again unless the doctor tells him that.
So you think Manning will play next year?
I think that he's enjoying it so much. He never said just right out that, I'm definitely coming back. He just said, here's the thing. I really love the process. I love the OTAs. I love the weight room. I love the meetings. If he was slacking on any of that or taking shortcuts, that's what you see with a lot of these guys late in their career. They just aren't doing all the things that they used to do. He loves that part of it. He did say he wouldn't come back because he's close to any records. He's close to the Favre all-time touchdown record. He only needs about 5 games next year off of this year's pace to break it. But that doesn't mean anything to him, he says. He still enjoys playing football. He's loving it, and he feels like this is the one thing that there's nothing in his lifetime he'll be as good at doing as he is as being quarterback in the NFL.
All right, now
this is what he feels like he was born to do.
Let's get to the Fox Del Rio tandem here. And I don't know if you just talked to Fox or Del Rio also, but they have had a lot of trouble with Tom Brady. We know that. Not that Del Rio's never beaten him when he's been defensive teaming against them, a defensive coach against them. How did you find the Denver coaching staff about trying to piece this very, very beat-up defense together?
If they're going to have concerns, they didn't let us know. I did not meet with Del Rio. Met a long time with Coach Fox.
All right, how'd you find? Now, Fox is a defensive coach, so how'd you find him about his defense?
I think they're concerned. He didn't say he's concerned, but the Chris Harris loss is something that it has to have these guys staying up late at night trying to figure out a way to cover that up, because Champ Bailey's barely played this year, and now he's going to be asked to play a lot of snaps today. And, again, I think New England's going to be coming out here in a lot more spread than what we've seen these last 3 weeks.
Right.
And no huddle. They're running up and down this field, challenging the altitude and everything like that. I think that's what they're going to come out here and do.
You might get a lot of plays in this game.
Down.
You know that? I mean, the first game they played was the 5th most plays in the history of the league. That game, and both of them can play the no huddle. You might get a game today that has a tremendous number of plays in it.
No, you try to, if you're a producer, you make your money, if you will, in between snaps, hoping that the guys go back into a huddle so you can go to the replays, you can go to the packages, whatever your obligations are for promos and things like that. That's when you do your business. This game makes it very hard to be able to replay anything.
I agree. Yep.
If it's what we think it's going to be.
I agree, and I think they both will. I think that's where they operate best. I think they're both great at it, and I agree. I think New England probably comes in here thinking they can do anything they want to the Denver defense. The question is, can Denver be as prolific as they have been all year with that offense? And they have to be. They have to have an offensive attitude where you can't stop us. The kind of offense they played most of this year, they have to take that game to the New England secondary, because I don't think the New England secondary can handle it. So I think they have to do that. They have to try to win this game with their offense, I think, today.
Well, a big thing that's different from the last time is that Julius Thomas will be playing today for the Broncos. That is huge.
Right.
He just makes that entire group of receivers. It's just another guy that's you got to figure out whether you want to double him, who's going to be on. You're going to put slide Talib off of Demaryius Thomas and put him on Julius Thomas. What are you going to do with it? The guy made some monster third down catches last week to close out the San Diego game.
I agree.
And he's a big presence. It's a big difference.